Oh, it's you. Alright, well, you selected bell number 4 of this Numerological Holiday Event Portal Leadership Mode reading of 999. So here you are. Pile 4, that's you. That's why you're here. This is Leadership Mode. It is a Numerological Holiday of a portal time event called 999. Pile number 4. It's like that. Anyway, if you're okay with that, continue on with pile number 4. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go down to the description, check out the link to the video called Pile Selection. And you can choose your pile. Go down to the link into the description and check out the link for the video of Pile Selection, where you can choose your pile. It's rather charming. I'll show you charms. So, pause this video, go check out that video, and maybe read this one. Watch this one, if you want to. Okay, goodbye.
Well, what do we have here? We got two ladies not seeing eye to eye. You want to know what we got here? I'll tell you what we got here. What we got here is a cat fight. There's been a falling out, now everyone's getting scratched. Golly. And what's this Knight of Wands doing up here? Down in his falling energy. With the Lust card. There's no happy endings here, I'll tell you that. Is this really about a guy? Is this lustful guy really the reason you two ladies don't see eye to eye? Don't see eye to eye? Ooh, the gossip and the lies. It's interfering with your daily life. Ooh, the gossip and the lies. Ooh, the gossip and the lies. It's interfering with your daily life. You can't get your mind off the situation. It's consuming your workflow. And in addition, you're also mentally unshackled, not seeing yourself out of the situation. And there's the physical hurry up and wait card. This situation is going nowhere, and going nowhere fast. Hence the hurry up and wait for nothing to happen. Okay. Either this is about a guy who just wants to sleep around with the both of yous, or this is a fiery vengeance situation and there's a lost love between yous. We have the woman of fire in one corner wielding the wand of vengeance, and we have the woman of water in the other corner presenting the chalice of poison. Oh dear, this is a battlefield. Be you friends, lesbian lovers, or sisters, cousins, a mother-daughter situation, maybe an aunt, maybe even a co-worker. There are very strong feminine energies right here at war with each other. Now, you could be a guy at war with another guy, but you're fighting this war like women. That means you're not going to hit each other in the face. You're going to be deceitful about it. You're going to use emotional manipulation and energetic manipulation. And so you're fighting like women. One cries, and the other makes things die. Gets angry. There's depression and aggression. Now, and maybe this is just you. You're not necessarily at war with yourself, but there's aspects you're depressed and angry. You lost your love for life, and you're sad and angry about it. So adapt the situation to fit yourself, but I'm more interested in this battle that I'm seeing right here. Here's the water element in one corner using emotional manipulation, and here's the fire element in the other corner using energetic puppetry. Oh, and she is stalling, preventing the progress of the Queen of Cups Meanwhile, the Queen of Cups is turning her back in social situations, leaving the Queen of Wands waiting on a ride. Oh, ricochet. And here we have the Queen of Cups using communication to discuss her feelings, manipulatively, to paint herself in a better picture. And meanwhile, we got the Queen of Wands lashing out with anger and action with her fiery knight to vengeance. Whose progress is being prevented? What mind games are leading to indecision? Indecision. We got wand, 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 cup, cup, cup. And between them, we got the vibration of fear and insecurity lingering in the air, combined with the card of hatred and the grounded situation of being overworked and overwhelmed with responsibilities. If these two ladies live together, then the dishes are piling up. If they're co-workers, then they're both leaving extra work for the other to get done. Where is the winds of change? Not present here. These are the winds of stagnation. Either this represents an eye of the storm in a tornado, or you're stuck in a room with no air conditioning at all. And what happens when you mix fire and water? Well, you get a situation that boils over. So, what can I do for you regarding leadership? Golly, well, I can dive into your psychology. You're both at war with each other. You will never work this out. This relationship is doomed to end. But there's still something you can harvest from it. Something you can learn about it. Learn about yourself. While learning about the other. So you don't face a similar situation in your future. Both of yous feel stuck right now. And you don't know how to get out of your situation. Both of yous are waiting for your ships to come in, but the wind is just not blowing in your direction. Both of you want to work on your careers, on your passion projects, but I'll tell you this, the last thing you girls want is to work things out with each other. You both desire healthy and fun social opportunities, but that is just not going to happen with the other one present in the same room. You are at war, and things need to end, and separation is needed as quickly as possible. There is no love between you two. This is a hateful situation. The Queen of Cups seeks justice, and the Queen of Wands seeks vengeance. And if this is not your story, if you're a woman who's not at war with another woman, or if you're a man, then just take the scenario individually, as yourself. Then it's just you. Then, in that scenario, it's not as complicated. Then it's just you. And you just want justice and vengeance at the same time. It's just you that's depressed and angry. Okay? Okay. So, why are you coming to me with this? Well, I can tell you the perspective of the elementals. Let's start with the water. Water creatures like to take the path of least resistance. They like to take things easy, and literally go with the flow. They like the peace and the harmony, and they desire to express their emotions. They need to feel emotional satisfaction from their environment and their connections. And when they do not feel like their emotional needs are being met, then they turn turbulent and start drowning things. Instead of healing, instead of providing emotional support so things can thrive, then they start taking their water away, and they watch things decay. This is emotional manipulation. Their targets will start to thirst and crave an emotional need or desire, and the reversed Queen of Cups will let them thirst with wanting and drown in despair and depression. So when a Queen of Cups feels disrespected, she withholds her emotions and naturally takes the path of least resistance, which is nowhere near you. She will not come to you to work things out. She will do her own thing, which is downstream. Now, let's end with the fire. Fire creatures are burners. They like to destroy things. They start the fires to the fields and the trees so that the area is cleared away. so that new things can now grow in its place. It is a necessary element we need to destroy in order to create. The fire element is also a very creative soul. They balance well on the tightrope of fate, holding the flame of destruction in one hand and the spark of creativity in the other. They are born entertainers and performers, and love to live life on the edge, so that they can fall and have a fun time. Fire consumes, and electricity makes vibrant connections. The state of plasma is always changing and adapting and growing and fading. The fire side wants to consume new experiences and embrace life to the fullest by trying new foods, going to new places, and having adventures to make the most out of life. And the electric side of this plasmatic type also likes to meet a variety of different people. The Queen of Wands can wear many masks because she wants to experience a variety of different energetic frequencies. Fire types are quick to anger, vengeance, and frustration, but they are also very creative and adaptive. With the power of their wills and a creative outlook, they can generally navigate themselves out of dangerous situations, which they always find thrilling. So, to have these two together, one takes the path of least resistance and likes the easy, relaxed path. The other takes the path of most resistance, so she can burn it all down, forge her own way through life. So the Queen of Cups values peace, healing, and harmony, and the Queen of Wands values creativity, energy, and inspiration. So, they're not going to always agree on situations. The water will want to provide healing, whereas the fire will want to burn it all down and provide destruction. If there's a bug in the house, the Queen of Wands will be the first to kill it. She may even set it on fire for its disrespect to her amazing, wonderful existence. There are consequences to invading one's boundaries. But then, the Queen of Cups, well, she'll want to catch it, and then she'll start talking to it, and then she'll bring it outside. Heck, she may even provide it food and water, just to care for it. So, we have a healer in the same vicinity as a destroyer, and that causes conflict. And the only way to survive the situation together is to identify that there is a time to heal and a time to injure. The Queen of Cups would be someone who goes to the gym to take yoga classes and meditate, and then she comes home and takes a long bubble bath with scented candles and special salts. While, on the other hand, the Queen of Wands is someone who goes to the gym to take martial arts classes and exercises. And then she comes home, listens to metal music, and rocks out in her room before going down to the local goth clubs. They are not very compatible in close proximity, but there is still a potential friendship. Or possibly a co-working situation. And it may be that their closeness in location is the element that is driving these two apart. I am all for cutting ties and burning bridges, and this fire element probably is too. Water elements will probably try to heal the situation and try to talk about the emotions, where the fire just wants to leave and burn everything down. Now, there's an element of emotional manipulation that the fire element identifies as a control mechanism, and so the fire type is unwilling to play the passive emotional game, and resorts to direct, blunt honesty in the form of aggression. So, while it may seem like the water type is passive and controlled, she is naturally just using a manipulation technique. And the Queen of Wands doesn't want to play the Queen of Cups game. She feels like her freedom is being threatened, and so she fires up the situation, because she wants real honesty, not deception through passivity. Just because you're being gentle doesn't mean that you're being kind, and just because you're angry doesn't mean that you are being mean. The water type may ask, why can't there just be peace and love? And yet, she could be too manipulative to provide. peace and love herself. The fire type may be blunt and bold and direct and honest, which just may heat up the situation more, and so she goes on a rant just to express herself. Bottled up rage meets bottled up depression. It's good that honesty is here. Honesty is the best policy. However, the truth is sharp and leads to mental confusion, which distracts from responsibilities. Now, how do these two characters deal with their situations? The Queen of Cups takes the path of least resistance. So to the Queen of Wands, it feels like the Queen of Cups isn't even trying to mend this connection or see things from the fire's perspective. My leadership message to you regarding your situation is that it will ease the amount of depression and aggression you currently have for your hateful situation if you take the time to see things from the other person's perspective. Not to agree with them, not to accept their behavior, but to understand enough for yourself that you are not stagnant. So you can get things done, so that you don't feel overwhelmed or restricted. Don't wait on someone. They're not going to be there for you. But for your own health and sanity, gaining their point of view can relieve some of the pressure off the depression and the aggression. Yeah, you understand them, but what they did was unjust. And you will always hate them for that. That's okay. Cut your ties, burn your bridges, and have the ashes wash away under the broken bridges. Bury it as in it's dead and lost and forgotten, not in repressing your emotions. Sometimes we are living with someone we hate. Sometimes we are working with someone we hate. We need to, as leaders, identify their weaknesses and strengths and figure out what they are best at and what they are worst at. For example, how these two characters could get along is that the fire type turns to the water type when something needs to be emotionally comforted or nourished and healed. Not yourself, of course, but someone else. The fire type will ask the water type to heal and comfort someone else that they don't feel comfortable healing and comforting. Take a baby, for example. The water type will naturally go into mother mode, where the fire type finds it uncomfortable. Or, if there is a friend going through a rough time and needs a counselor for their situation, then the fire type will bring them to the water type, so that the water type can get all emotional and cry with them. And on the other side of that, the water type takes the path of least resistance and heals. So, when there's something that needs instigation or violence, then she will go to the fire type to request assistance. Say someone is a potential threat at a club or a party or a social gathering, the fire type will make a dramatic scene and call that person out. Or maybe just take care of it quietly. Or maybe just take care of it. Or maybe just take care of it. You know, quietly. All quiet like, with no one around to witness the thing. If there's a pest or a varmint, the Queen of Cups can go to the Queen of Wands to request an extermination service. And the Queen of Wands naturally feels inspired to kill anything that threatens her established boundaries, so provides a challenge and an evening for her. So, while one girl takes care of the babies and cries with the friends, the other girl calls people out and kills the vermins. There is a possibility that these two types could work together, but only if they understand and value each other's natures. A fire type must burn and create. A water type must nurture and heal. And that's another thing. One could be in the medical field. One could be in a tactical field. They will most likely be in different places regarding everything. In politics, and career paths, and social relations, in likes and dislikes. They're complete opposites. However, they can make for a fantastic team. You got two specialists here. And if you are the leader who has these two co-workers, then you need to assign the Queen of Cups to the nurturing, caring, emotional positions. And you need to assign the Queen of Wands to the aggressive, dominating, creative, inspiring positions. The Queen of Cups may value a leader to come by once in a while and connect emotionally, to provide motivation for the job. She'll need a position where she can express her emotions with her clients and not be stuck in a more rigid situation where she's unable to be organic and human with the people she's interacting with. Queen of Cups needs to feel that emotional human connection to a job. Whereas the Queen of Wands will benefit from compliments on her creativity and inspirational approach, but will most likely want to be left alone to get the job done. And get the job done right and quickly, at her own pace, without distractions. Although she would also benefit by being the center of the stage when needing to make a strong performance. She'll also happily deal with any threats around the premises. Sees. You got a healer and a destroyer. They don't get along, so they need to be separated, to have their own places of solitude, to recharge, and feel sane for the day and the night. But they make for good teammates when under good leadership. So, if you are a business owner and you have 2 employees, and you're thinking you need to let one of them go, you may just need to separate them a little. Focus on their strengths and weaknesses. They make valuable assets to your agenda. So, that's my advice to you regarding dealing with someone else. Now, if this is just you, well, life is not going your way right now. No friends, no work, no special connections, absolutely no love, and this depresses and aggresses you. You don't know how to get out of your situation, and you're stuck waiting for your ships to come in. So you're left with all this fiery rage and vengeance for the missed opportunities and wronged connections that the universe presented to you. It's almost like the universe is mocking you. And whatever you do, you experience setback after setback. You're stuck waiting on others, but no one is coming through for you. You're unjustly hated in situations where you should be praised and loved. Instead of getting that hug you need, you get stabbed in the back. And you can't see any way out of your situation. You feel trapped and stagnant. And there's also fear and insecurity attached to this waiting. Maybe there's something you fear doing that is leading to this waiting position. By overcoming this fear, then you can get aboard that ship, which leads to further progress, which leads to increased social opportunities and positive recognition. So, for the individual, all this stress and rage and misery and depression, I think it's attached to the fear. Yes, you've been placed into a physical wait position, but there is an element of fearing other setbacks, fearing another setback, and fearing another disappointment, fearing another rejection. And that leads to inaction. And that leads to inaction. And that leads to inaction. And that ultimately delays you further. So my advice to you is to go through your emotions. The only way to handle your emotions is to feel them. Don't bottle anything up. Let yourself cry. Let yourself scream. And learn how to love yourself. Love your future. Love your past. Love the path that you are deciding to walk down. And that will dispel this fear. If you provide that passion and inspiration, and if you take the time to heal and take things easy. By facing our fears, we are no longer paralyzed by our situations. And even if you don't agree with someone else's perspective or personality, At least being aware of their nature will comfort your mind, enough to relieve a lot of stressful tension. Love yourself. You're the only one around to do that. You gotta love yourself before you can love others.